Yeah, so I told the guy, I was like, shut your face, okay? Because I don't have time for... Sorry, what? Right now? So guys, maybe this has happened to you. You're driving through the Starbucks drive-thru, and when you go to pay for your drink, the barista stops you and says, hey, it's covered. The person ahead of you paid for it. You feel slightly embarrassed, along with a shocked gratitude for the random kindness that was shown to you. The barista then hands you a card that says something like this. This was a free gift. Don't worry about paying it back, just pay it forward. In order to avoid the disapproval of the coffee shop staff, you then proceed to pay for the person behind you, hoping they haven't been sent on an office coffee run and ordered 6 lattes and a coffee cake. As you drive away, you think to yourself, I'm not quite sure what I received here was a gift. Well, you wouldn't be alone in wondering about this, because apparently gift giving in our culture is a little bit more complicated than you might think. According to the psychologists, and maybe you've seen this in your own observations, our society can be explained by what's called the social exchange theory. There's a link down there. Simply put, it's the idea that our relationships ideally reach a balance between what we're giving to each other and what we're getting from each other. Relationships that are out of balance in one way or another don't tend to last very long. It means that at some level we're always doing a cost-benefit analysis of one another, weighing the pros and the cons. And if somebody comes up mostly cons, well, you're gone, mister. For many of us, our initial reaction is to cringe at this idea, thinking that it sounds immature and selfish. But none of us, if we're truly being honest, can deny that we're playing this social exchange game. In fact, we're all probably playing it more than we would want to believe. But what about gift giving? I mean, doesn't that stand outside of the social exchange, transcending it, letting us know that our relationships aren't just reducible to mathematical equations of static equilibrium? Well, it turns out for the vast majority of gift giving, no, it doesn't. In fact, gift giving and gift exchange is one of the primary support mechanisms for the social exchange theory. The gift exchange, at least in our culture, can be described by the sub-theory of reciprocity, and is governed by 3 primary obligations. The obligation to give. It's a sweater! The obligation to receive. Thank you. And the obligation to repay. Oh, do you want a hug? No? Okay. I got you this glass. But surely paying it forward transcends the social exchange. I mean, doesn't that play by a different set of rules? Well, kinda. Not really, though. While it relieves the obligation to repay, it replaces it with the obligation to pay forward. In effect, it just transfers the repayment from one person to a different person. But the obligation still remains. No, don't bother paying me back, man. Just pay it forward. Just pay it forward. Okay, but I can't actually do that either. Oh. Well, you know what? Don't worry about it, man. It's cool. This guy's a total jerk. Now, please don't get me wrong. There's nothing inherently wrong with gift exchange. In fact, it's necessary to produce trust and mutual affection in any relationship. And I love gifts. I love giving them, and I love getting them. But particularly getting them. And although paying it forward doesn't necessarily sit outside of the social exchange system, it is arguably preferable in some cases to just an exchange, due to the fact that it encourages a larger and randomized participation in a fun, low-stakes exchange that can be exhilarating. According to the anthropologists, systems like these arise to promote trust in communities in which resources are finite, which is like every community ever. But the problem with these kinds of gifts is that they aren't actually free. They all come with certain strings attached to them, even if those strings are only in the form of societal obligation, and the societal disapproval that comes with our failure to uphold our end. I would like to propose a third model, not paying it back or paying it forward. I call it paying it... That's it, just paying it. A gift that is given solely that the recipient might enjoy it. This, like no other type of giving, communicates to the recipient that they are loved and valued by the giver. Many have given to me in this way, and you know what? I felt loved and valued. Shocker! The giver pays and the recipient benefits. This is the kind of ridiculously out of balance love that Jesus has for us. There's no social exchange there. We're getting something that we don't deserve, that we can't pay back, forward, left, right, up, down, all of the dimensions. All we can do is enjoy it. It's called grace and it's awesome. Josh, Ben, and anyone else watching, I love you. But only if you love me back. I'm kidding.